John Howard Summers. In the Navy, I was a right arm in 3rd class. Well, you take a 2-car garage and put about 60 bunks in it, and have a big bin for dirty laundry, and a shower that is maybe 60 feet away, and toilets that are flushing overhead, and you're right next to a fuel tank, and people are still smoking. It was. I'd never been in that. I mean, even summer camp. You know, when you're in a little barracks at the church camp or something. Never quite that full of people. But again, you learn that this is your space, and it's what you got. Use it and use it wisely. Sleeping was very comfortable. We had the racks, and the racks were aluminum rectangular frames with canvas stretched in the middle, and it was tightened with cotton line that supposedly held it tight. Over a period of time, of course, the canvas would get kind of saggy, and you had a little thick mattress about that thick on it. And I found that to be one of the most comfortable beds I'd ever slept in. Of course, I was only 21 years old, and I wasn't achy like I am today. But I loved being out at sea because I was right up against the port side of the ship, and you could hear the water rushing by, and it just was kind of rocky to sleep. It was very, very comfortable. That was not the case so much when we got to Vietnam years later, because there was no air conditioning system that would match Newport, Rhode Island, not in the South China Sea. And it was so hot up there, we would sleep up on the torpedo deck and put on our Mae West jackets and life jackets and sleep up there, because you just couldn't do it downstairs, down in the berthing area. Our overhead roof in the berthing area was the rear deck, the main deck on the back of the ship. And so the sun beat down on that, and it was like being in an oven. And you asked about shifts. When we were in port, we had to do occasionally quarter deck shifts, but we didn't have to do fire watch or anything like that. However, when we're out at sea, then you're on maybe a three-shift schedule. Maybe port and starboard. Maybe it's every 4 hours you're going back and forth to work. But it depends on what the mission is and all that. It was you get used to it. I probably couldn't do it today worth a darn, but that was life, and that's what we did. And my mother, they were kind of freaked out because it was on the news, and they had seen with the Lloyd Thomas that had an onboard explosion, and there were casualties and men killed and all that. But there was no word from us for about 2 or 3 days. About 3 days, I guess, when we got the telegram. And my mother answered the phone, and they said, "Is this the home of Mr. and Mrs. Jane Summers?" And she's going, "Oh, no." She goes, "Yes." And, "Well, this is Western Union. We have a telegram. Is it from John Summers?" And he said, "No, it's the Navy Department." So she figured I was killed. That was just what she thought. So she kind of flamed out. And anyway, they said, then they read it to her, it was for me. And when I said "don't sweat it," that was like something she heard me say before. So that was our first communication within about 3 days after it happened. But I didn't talk to him for, I think I called him from Japan months later. But that was a gruesome task in itself, given the technology of the day.